Good afternoon. Welcome to New Woman, New Nation. My name is Tequila Woodbine, and I have with me Miss Sherilyn Cooper. And today's topic is about financial responsibility. So, Miss Cooper, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic.
Can you let the audience know your background?
Well, I am and have been a nurse for 26 years. I started very young, and it's just what I really wanted to do. And the reason I chose nursing is because I just come from a family that helps people, and so I just love to help people. Along with that journey, I've had many different roles as a nurse. But my favorite role was as an educator. I started teaching nursing students, and I loved how that light bulb came on and just the power that I was able to transfer just from giving those students that knowledge. And it became a passion for me. I started mentoring students that I wasn't even getting paid for because I wanted to empower them, and it's just been great. However, in the last I'd say 2 to 3 years, I just kind of gotten dissatisfied in my career. Nothing wrong with my career, but I realized now that there was a calling for me to do something else, and I ended up in financial services. And I would have never imagined that a nurse of 26 years would be moving from nursing in the medical field, which is pretty much all I've known since I was 24 years old, into financial services. But I have gotten into it. I love it because I am able to teach my people and anybody who wants to listen about money, how money works, how you get money, how you grow money, how you save money, a little bit beyond what we learn in school.
Right. Like they say, get money, grow money, guard money, right?
Get money, grow money, guard money. Oh, that's cool. I remember that. Yes, exactly.
Awesome. So that's great. So, how do you feel? Well, what do you feel that the community needs to know about finances? Tell me some things that you think that the community needs to know about finances.
If I gave you a broad term and said everything, I would. We don't have enough time, but we'll start. I learned, when we were young, we learned, okay, get a good job, save some money, and, don't spend it all and try to, be on a budget is all that we learned. But there is so much more to finances that we don't know. Like there are products out there that you can take your money and you can grow your money tax free, and you can actually build generational wealth for yourself and for your kids. You can take that money out if you need to use it for emergencies tax free. And those were just shocking and eye-opening things that it's not a scam and it's not a hoax, which a lot of times in our community, when things happen and we hear about those things, they're so too good to be true that we don't jump on and take advantage of them. So the curious mind in me just wanted to know more about it. And as I dug a little bit more, I dug a little bit more, and I dug a little bit more, just the basics of how to make your money grow, different things other than the savings account, a money market, which nothing's wrong with any of those products. But there's so many ways that we can empower ourselves with the knowledge of finances.
Love it. Now, let me ask you this. Do they have a class in nursing school that talk to you about finances or teaching you how to protect your money and save your money and grow your money? Did they teach you any of that?
Honestly, no. What I learned as far as a nurse is nurses make good money. I didn't learn anything about how to get that money and secure that money and how to make money as a nurse. And I can relate to several other people just in my healthcare field. We work really, really hard. And you work hard for your money just like other careers. And I didn't know that you could have your money work harder than you. That was just, a no-brainer for me.
So when it comes to finances, what percentage of Americans that you think really know about money, or well, is not educated about money? Would you say 50%, 70, 80, 90%?
I would say 90, 95% because nobody that I know had classes to learn the things that I've learned in just these few last few months or so that I've been in finances.
Oh, wow. You know, it's very interesting too because my background is in the healthcare field. I've been in healthcare for over 19 years as well. And so, you know, especially in the Memphis area, it's like a circle. You meet a lot of the same people. One of the most interesting things that I found out is that uh, these nursing professionals, healthcare professionals, make a really good deal of money. And a lot of times, if you don't get benefits, they pay you more money. And so I found it very, very ironic that they don't know the least. They love money, they make money, but they don't know the rules of money.
Wow.
So tell me, how do you feel about that?
I feel actually very impacted by it, and until now, I didn't know myself. As I said, I've been a nurse for 26 years, and if that was going to make me rich, then I should have been very rich. But after over a quarter of a century, I should have been rich. But I know that you know about the rules of money, and you taught me, and you know it back and forth. So I would like for you to make sure that with our audience a little bit about the rules of money and how money really works.
Well, you know what? I would definitely love to share about money as well. And people ask me all the time, okay, you was in healthcare for 19 years, so why did you leave healthcare to get into finances? And this is one of the reasons why. Because we need to understand how money works, right?
Right.
And there's 3 groups when it comes to money, or 3 different ways your money grows. Now, one is fixed accounts, the second one is variable accounts, and the third one is index. Okay, so let me explain to you what the fixed account is.
Okay.
Now, a fixed account is really your checking account, your bank account, anything that's connected to your bank, right? Now, we know that banks make money by what?
Our money, the interest off of our money that we deposit in our accounts.
Right. And so what the banks do, they're charging us to house our money there, but they take our money and they loan it out to individuals for mortgages, and they loan it to individuals to buy cars. Now, if you don't even have good credit, you may not even get the money. They may not even loan you any money, but they're paying these high interest rates, right? And then they turn around and give us a 0.0001% on our money, right?
Right.
So a lot of people think, okay, I'm gonna save money by actually putting it into the bank. But I don't know if you know, a lot of the wealthy says savers are losers. And the reason why, if you just let your money sit inside of the bank account, it's gonna depreciate because of inflation. Right?
Wow.
Right. So that's one way that money grows. Now the second way is actually through what's called variable accounts. So let me break down what variable accounts to you. So it's anything that's connected to the stock market, right? So it's actually your 401ks, your 403bs, your IRAs, your TSPs, right? Your real estate, your Bitcoins, right?
Oh, wow.
So those accounts been around for a long time. But here's the thing about them. Do you remember what happened back in 2008?
The stock market crashed.
The stock market crashed.
Yes,
We had a
definitely remember
recession.
I experienced some of the stock market crash, unfortunately. So yes, I remember vividly.
Yes, we had a recession. And guess what? If the market crashed and you have all your money inside these variable accounts, guess what? You can lose your money. You can lose your money. Now, let me ask you this. How much of your money are you willing to lose?
I work hard for my money, and I am not interested in losing a dime, a penny, or any of it.
Me either. But you know what, too, it's one thing that people need to know when it comes to retirement, right?
Mm-hmm.
They think about 401ks and 403bs and IRAs and TSP. Really, the same thing. It just gives the IRS a way to know how to tax you, right?
Yeah.
And so when the market crashes and it's your year to retire and you lose all your money, you're gonna have to go back to work.
Yeah, AKA hence little old ladies greeting at Walmart.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's why you see so many elderly people now that are actually going back into the workforce, because we're actually in the midst of a retirement crisis. Nobody's talking about it. So these young people now, they don't want to do what's called the 40-40-40. All right, and let me explain to you that you've heard of the 40-40-40.
No.
Okay. So the 40-40-40 is working 40 hours a week for 40 years to only retire and get 40% of your income.
Wow.
Right? So these young people said, I don't want no parts of that. They don't want no parts of it. So they're not doing the 40-40-40 now. Now, the third and final way that money grows is what's called an index account. Now, the index account, most people are not familiar with the index account, right?
I know I wasn't.
Me either, until I actually got into financial service and I figured out, okay, this is the best kept secret, right? So these index account is actually connected to what? The insurance, particularly life insurance, right?
Right.
So now, just like anything else, they withhold that type of information from a certain group of people as well. And the average agent that actually can educate a community about the fixed account is a 61-year-old white male, right?
Right.
And so that is to say that, who do you think he was going out here and educating about these fixed accounts?
Other people in his age group and in his ethnicity.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Now, these fixed accounts have been around hundreds of years, all right? And so what I mean by the index account, the index account is a fixed index annuity, called an FIA or IUL, an Index Universal Life Insurance Policy. Most people don't even know that Ray Kroc actually bought McDonald's from the McDonald brothers by borrowing money from his life insurance policy.
Wow.
So most people don't know that. Not only that, Walt Disney was able to start Disney World by borrowing money from his life insurance policy. These cash value life insurance policies. These policies have been around for hundreds of years. But in our community, when we think about life insurance, what do you think about? When you hear the word life insurance, what is the first thing come to mind?
Death.
Death. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. So I don't know if you remember, but do you remember back in the day where the insurance man used to come to the communities and sell insurance, have the nice cars?
Yeah. We used to have to go in the back where his mom and daddy talk to the man. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. But here's the thing, just like we got discriminated against a lot of the things, they discriminated against us in insurance.
Yes.
Okay? So they sold our parents and our grandparents these increasing term policies that didn't have any cash value, or it expired. Henceforth, now our community don't know about life insurance. They shy away because they think it's a scam.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you hear a lot of people in our community don't know about it because they think it's a scam, when in essence they were sold the wrong product in the first place. So what these index account does and these insurance market does, they actually mirror what the Fortune 500, the S&P 500, the top 500 corporations inside of America. What they do, they mirror the stock market with them, okay? So let's say the S&P 500 does 20%. These insurance company, what they do is create a contractual agreement with you that you would never ever lose money, all right? So they give you a 0% floor, and you can gain interest all the way up to 12%. So let's say the stock market goes up 20%. They'll cap you off 12%, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say the stock market goes 8%, or the S&P 500 goes 8%, I should say. They're gonna match you 8%, all right? But let's say the market crash, right? Like it's been doing, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna guarantee you a 0% interest, meaning that you will never ever lose money.
Yeah, I like never ever lose money. And talk about that.
Exactly. You know, and that's something that I really feel like our community needs to learn more about, because they don't know about insurance. especially, particularly life insurance,
Yes.
right? Now, let me ask you this. How do you feel about GoFundMe's?
Oh, no. I think that has been an alternative life insurance for our people, unfortunately. It is the worst time. And I saw something that said, if you think, investing $100 a month into a life insurance policy is hard, imagine trying to make 15,000 in a week to bury your loved one. So it's just basically, because we didn't know, that's just how we always deflected to, but it just is not even anything that you have to do. I mean, the policies that I've learned about are so inexpensive, and you have so many different options that there should never be nothing wrong with GoFundMe. But from my experience and everybody that I know, I would never want to just be having to grieve the loss of a loved one, but then have further grief trying to figure out how to properly put my loved one away. And then sometimes, because the money's not there, they have to choose options that they would not have otherwise chosen. And it makes me sad. It makes me, very sad. I was actually looking on social media and I saw a young lady whose son passed away, and he was, very young in his 20s. And I just think if I would have known about this, or somebody would have told him, hey, you can get this for, a few dollars a month for your children, and it's lifelong, and it's not going to expire, and the price is not going to go up. And imagine just being able to grieve the loss of your loved one and not have to worry about those things. It's not something that we, in our community, we don't want to talk about dying and death, but you aren't going to get out of here alive, so you may as well prepare for it.
Yes, just as sure as you're born, you'll die.
You will die.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I got a personal story I would like to share of why I took a personal interest in this. Is because I actually had two brothers that was murdered. One as early as 4 years ago. And my brother was only 36 years old. And we had to do a GoFundMe. I had to pull money out of my 401k to actually bury him. That was the most stressful time of my life. And he left behind 5 children, right?
Wow.
And so I promised myself that I would never go through that again. Little did I know that he could have got an insurance policy for as little as $50 a month and could have left $500,000 behind to his family.
Wow.
So I'm on a mission to make sure that our community knows that life insurance is more affordable than you think.
Yes.
And not only that, it's the most affordable way to pass on wealth, all right, to your family. You can either do one or two things. When you leave this earth, you can leave your family in poverty, or you can bring them out of poverty. And so if you get these types of policies while you're young, it's very inexpensive. Even when you get older, it's not as expensive as you think, right?
Right.
So let me ask you this. What are some of the reasons why you've seen people post GoFundMe?
My major issue is the lack of knowledge. The lack of knowledge that is not something that you have to do. Like you said $50 a month. We spend, I went and got a combo, and it's $12 now. So if I did that every week, that's my premium right there. And so I've just seen people with GoFundMe's because they really, literally, I don't think anybody, number one, we don't talk about death because it's just like kind of like the elephant in the room. We don't discuss it, we don't plan for it, and I don't mean that as an attack. We don't know that we can and that we should, because nobody ever taught us. Somebody has a life insurance policy, like, ooh, that's the first thing people think of when our people feel, I hope they had a life insurance policy.
Right.
As opposed to knowing that we have something in place that's going to not only protect us, but also leave a legacy for our children. And we literally just, as a people, just don't know that we can.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now let me ask you this, right? Now, I've seen a lot of times when people post GoFundMe's because of a cancer diagnosis or life-changing illness or disease, or somebody in a bad car wreck, somebody need brain surgery, somebody pass away.
Mhm.
As a nurse, do you see more young people that are passing away that having these illness? You see more older people, or you see a mixture?
Well, actually, I was just having this conversation with one of my nurse colleagues, and we were just kind of comparing notes from the different facilities that we work. And it actually made us so sad. I'm seeing a lot of patients under 50 years old that are having anoxic brain injuries or heart attacks, strokes. I just actually had a friend that I know, and she was in her 30s, and she had a stroke, and then from that she declined and she passed away. And it just, it's not, it's already sad that we're experiencing this. And in my 26 years, I have never seen so many people young that are in my age group and people that are younger than me. I mean, every time I go to work, it's not like it's isolated incidents here and there. It's happening more and more frequently for whatever reasons. And knowing what I know now, it makes me just like, man, if they would have known that they could have things to take care of. I had a young man that I just don't. He 48. He turned 49 in the hospital because he had been there for 6 months. He was a large guy. He was not fat. He was just a big guy. Had a massive heart attack. He had a wife. Had 4 kids. And his mother he was 48, so his mother was in her 70s. She was up at the hospital trying to turn him, trying to help assist feed him. And his wife couldn't be there because she had to go and get another job to help support the kids and try to keep the house and all those things. And a lot of people don't know with these new insurance policies that they're offering now, the insurance companies are offering cash benefits where they'll accelerate the death benefit. Just say, for instance, you have a $500,000 policy, but if you are diagnosed with cancer or in an accident or have a stroke or a heart attack or some of these life-altering illnesses that I see on a daily basis, they will say, we will advance you part of that death benefit so that you can take care of yourself and live now. Mm-hmm. And I just think about that lady and just imagine, her husband already going through this and she's not able to be there to help take care of him, and then she's not able to properly take care of the children. I just imagine just the stress from it, and then looking at his mom. If she had money, she could hire somebody to come in and help support her.
Right. Right. That is wow. That's something. I think people don't think about that because they're not in healthcare. It's not in front of them all the time. Yeah. Like you see it all the time. But it's important to know that these insurance companies, they will actually pay you. You say they pay you while you're still living.
While you're still living. And their philosophy is, if you've been investing into your insurance, and why wait until you pass away? If you need money now in order to live, in order to be able to pay your rent, pay your mortgage, whatever you're choosing for, there's no designation as to what you use the money for. It's just there and it's just available. And you don't have to go through a lot of hoops or steps. You just make a call and then they make a deposit, and you're able to go back and forth to the hospital. And you were talking about your brother, and I've experienced it too, where just going back and forth to the hospital, just the gas and trying to eat and trying to take care of things that you need to take care of home, it's just an added expense just trying to do that. And so just imagine on top of that the stress of having to pay bills or not being able to pay bills, and facing eviction and all those type of things. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that way.
Right. That's wild. Because I actually know a person that actually had a massive stroke, and they were unable to take care of their family. And so I heard that with this new life insurance policy, that they were able to get lifetime income from this life insurance policy that actually paid them for the rest of their lives as well. And I thought to myself, especially me being in emergency medicine for so long, our people need to know this. Our
Yeah.
people need to know this. Our people need to know this, right?
Right.
And this young lady was not she was not in our community, but she knew about it, you know. And so that made me interested about it, because one of the departments that I managed in the hospital was a department that actually was over the insurance. And I noticed that other demographics of people had that type of insurance. And it made me wonder, okay, what is that about?
Yeah.
What is that about? So, well, Miss Sherilyn, I really, really thank you for helping painting the picture of what you've seen inside of the hospital as it relates to, young adults are having more medical emergencies, life-changing, life-altering emergencies, and to know that the new type of life insurance will actually pay them while they're still living as well, and to know that life insurance is very affordable. You don't have to pay for GoFundMe, right? And GoFundMe is not a nonprofit organization. You don't get all that money anyway. People don't realize that they do take a percentage of that money. So I'm really excited to know that. I hope we were able to add value to you today. I hope you was able to learn something, especially about life insurance as well, right? So I'm so excited to educate you in our community about what it is that we do, Sherilyn. So do you mind sharing your Instagram or your website information, and people want to know more about, talk to you, ask questions more about what you do in life insurance or anything like that?
Sure. My Instagram handle is the MoneyWise Nurse. Is my Instagram handle, and it's MoneyWise Nurse on Facebook and Instagram, and you can reach me there. My email is Sherilyn, SHERILYN PHP. So it's Sherilyn PHP at gmail.com, and I'm happy to help out and assist with anything I can. Give you further information. It's you and I share that same passion for empowering our community with the knowledge.
Yeah, great.
To do.
Thank you. And my Instagram handle is The Money Medic 1. My Facebook is Tequila, TEQUILLA Woodbine. And then my website address is The Money Medic if you want to get some additional information about that as well. And my email address is tequila.woodbine@gmail.com. If you have any questions, free consultation. We can answer any questions that you may have as it pertains to life insurance and the 3 different ways money grows. So thank you. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and you have an incredible day.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for tuning in to New Woman, New Nation. My name is Tequila Woodbine, and I am the CEO of the Money Medics, and I really want to share with you about the importance of properly protecting yourself and preparing your family for the day that you leave this earth, all right? So one of our financial responsibility is being able to take care of our family and leave a legacy. So it's so very important that you learn financial responsibility through life insurance, the most affordable way to add or leave behind generational wealth.
Great. And I'm Sherilyn Cooper. It's very nice to be here. I'm so excited to share my experiences and things that I've learned and how life insurance can actually benefit you. It can also help you not only protect your family and build generational wealth, but it can come in and be used as an emergency fund in lieu of GoFundMe if there is some kind of medical emergency. So it's really, really exciting to share with you. And if you would like to have more information, you can reach me on Facebook and Instagram. Both handles are MoneyWise Nurse on Instagram and Facebook. My email is Sherilyn, SHERILYN PHP @gmail.com. And I can also be reached at 901-690-7746. And also, Tequila, if you want to share your information as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my Instagram handle is The Money Medic 1. My Facebook name is Tequila, TEQUILLA Woodbine, WOOD as in dog, B as in boy, INE. And also too, my website address is The Money Medic. So thank you very much.